In this video we'll show you 5 signs that say you're in a one-sided relationship, and how to deal with it. We'll show you also 5 steps to stop loving someone who doesn't love you. Welcome to Lifestyle Therapy channel. Stay tuned. Five signs to know if you are in a one-sided relationship. Number 1. He or she always chooses his or her friends over you. When your boyfriend or girlfriend feels like going out, he or she doesn't invite you to come along. And when he or she feels like spending a night in, you don't get an invite to that either. If you try to address the problem, your partner will accuse you of nagging, and of instigating the same fight over and over again. So instead, you may ask him or her to spend time with you and your friends, but he or she rejects the offer. Your partner simply prefers calling up his or her friends, and spending time with them, leaving you at home alone wondering what you did wrong. Number 2, he or she doesn't care about you. You get the feeling that he or she doesn't care about you, and you're right. This person doesn't. The bottom line is, if you're in a one-sided relationship, your partner simply doesn't care about your well-being, or making you happy. A caring boyfriend or girlfriend has genuine interest in your day-to-day life. He or she will check in regularly to see what you're up to, and frequently ask to spend time with you. But your partner doesn't do that. No matter how much you hope your partner will, he or she won't. His or her "I don't care about you" attitude is never going to change. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can leave him or her behind. Number 3. He or she ignores relationship problems. You're constantly the one trying to talk about the relationship needs that aren't being met, and your significant other makes you feel bad for doing it. You mention you feel as though you're the only one putting in effort to make this relationship work, and he or she rolls their eyes, sighs heavily and get angry with you yet again. He or she doesn't want to address any problems, because he or she doesn't care enough. So you feel like you're left with 2 options, trying to fix the issues yourself, or ignoring the problems altogether. Number 4, you initiate most communication. You send the text messages, you make the phone calls, and you put in the effort to see one another throughout the week. If you don't, several days could go by without exchanging a single word. If you're the one making most of the plans to spend quality time together, and go out of your way to show the other person how much he or she means to you, chances are you're in a one-sided love affair. If you always have to be the first one to make contact, you should get out now. Number 5, you feel a need to apologize for things you shouldn't apologize for. If you're in a one-sided relationship, your partner is probably a master of guilt tripping, and making you feel bad for things you have no reason to worry over, like getting emotional, or needing to talk about something that's been on your mind. Yes, a relationship is meant to bring happiness into each other's lives, but that doesn't mean your partner isn't responsible for comforting you when you feel down. Part of being in a relationship is being there for the other person when life isn't carefree. You should never apologize when looking for your significant other's support. How to deal with one-sided relationship. Number 1, recognize what's going on. Before you can handle or be happy in a one-sided relationship, you have to recognize that it is one-sided. Think about the way you and your partner relate to, and sacrifice for each other. If you are consistently doing more than your mate, you are probably in a one-sided relationship. Number 2, be honest about the situation. Accepting it for what it is can help you decide if you want to keep on loving this person, and waiting for him to love you, or if you want to move on. Being honest with yourself about the situation will help you be happy with whatever you decide. For example, if your love interest is in a long-term relationship, and has told you he doesn't love you, then don't pretend he just needs to get to know you better. It will just hurt you in the long run. Number 3, rely on your friends. Not only can they help you keep a good perspective on the situation, they can also support you. They can remind you of how lovable you are, which makes talking to and spending time with your friends is a good way to be happy when you're in a one-sided love. Talk to them about your feelings, and get their opinion on the situation. talk about things other than your love interest. Your friends want to hear about the rest of your amazing life too. Trust them to let you know if your feelings are getting out of hand. Number 4. Remember that you deserve happiness. If you're recovering from a relationship in which you were not loved or respected, you may have internalized a lot of the suffering that stemmed from that relationship. Perhaps you might even doubt the fact that you deserve to be happy. But the truth is, you do deserve to be happy, everyone does. And you also deserve someone who will make you feel good about yourself. The other person's unwillingness to love you and their treatment of you are reflections on that person's shortcomings, not on you. Number 5. If you need closure, just say something. Depending on your situation, the person may know how you feel, and has already told you they're not into it. But you may be in a situation where things are one-sided, because of circumstance, and you haven't said anything. And it's driving you crazy. You want to say how you feel, but you just know the answer is going to be a bad one. If these feelings are sitting on you, and driving you crazy, tell the person how you feel. Yeah, it's definitely one of the scariest things in the world to do, but it's only that way cause you're overthinking it. If someone felt this way about you, you'd want to know, right? If your crush doesn't know that you love him, then be honest with yourself that this isn't one-sided love. It could simply be a lack of communication between you two. To get access to the latest from Lifestyle Therapy, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. How to stop loving someone who doesn't love you. Number 1. Recognize that pain is normal. When you love someone who doesn't love you back, it hurts. It turns out that heartbreak is a very real physical sensation. The pain from rejection activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for things like your heart rate and muscle tension. It's natural to feel hurt if you love someone who doesn't return the feeling. Accepting that your feelings are normal can help you process them. Number 2, be an individual. When you live as a couple, your sense of individuality is transformed from I to we. You have been functioning as a couple for so long that maybe you forgot how to function on your own. Well, there's good news. You lived your entire life without this person, and you fell in love with yourself before you fell in love with him or her. You are the only one who can rescue yourself. Don't think that this heartbreak will ruin the chance to become that beautiful person again. Number 3, immerse yourself in art and culture, and keep yourself busy with the things you love doing. Once you stop loving someone, you are likely to feel a vacuum of empty time. These hours on your schedule need to be filled with that you enjoy doing, anything that doesn't remind you of this person. There will be moments when you will catch yourself moping and reflecting. But don't wallow in these bad feelings. Go out and see a local show. Watch some movies that you've been meaning to see. Listen to your favorite soundtrack, and immerse yourself in the greatest piece of musical art in recent history. Go to the museum and look at some paintings and read up about them. Go and binge watch some TV shows on Netflix. Get in touch with your old friends. Make some new ones. Channelize all your energy into something creative and productive. Just find ways to constantly distract yourself from your heartbreak. Art can help heal the heart, be it in whatever form. Number 4, notice other people. Since you are not investing your time with your unrequited love, you should begin noticing other like-minded people around you. Feeling a spark with someone so instantaneously is not very likely, but that doesn't mean you cannot appreciate a pleasant personality, a meaningful conversation, or a hilarious joke. Put in a conscious effort to try to find people who draw you by their appeal. This is not the time to worry about finding yourself someone new to love. You just need to prove to yourself that there is nothing wrong in having eyes for someone other than your ex, or a person who never responded to your love. This exercise will let you feel way freer and happier, as you won't constantly think about this person who's putting you through all this. Number 5, it takes time. At this point, your heart and your mind are at complete war with each other. Since you are still in love with him or her, your heart is going to replay all the happiest moments in the relationship, trying to convince you that it can be that way again. On the other hand, your mind is trying to comprehend that his or her feelings have changed, and there is nothing you can do. It takes time for your heart and mind to accept the reality and get in alignment with each other. One of the best tips on how to stop loving someone who doesn't love you back is to give yourself time to heal. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you find it useful, don't forget to share it, and make sure to subscribe to see more video in the future. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.